There are those in England who wish straitjackets were still the fashion. Punk rock groups usually play in private clubs or rented halls, and they tend to act out the theme of the lyrics, violence and destruction. The punk rock movement first got British attention when a girl was blinded in one eye by a flying glass at a punk rock performance. The proper punk philosophy is not that society must be changed, but that it must be destroyed. Whether they believe that is questionable, but they have convinced people they mean it. And punk rockers have an earned reputation for destruction and violence. These are the Damned. The song is Fan Club. If the pubs have cut off the punk rock groups, the record companies have not, nor have the young people who buy records. There are at least 2 punk rock numbers among the 10 best-selling records in England now, despite the fact that one of the 2 is banned by most radio stations. Groups like the Damned believe they are successful with young people because they are not wealthy, not socially acceptable, and not at all happy with England as it is. In other words, the groups say, they are exactly like the young people who emulate them and buy their records, young people who are either on the dole or underemployed. The Damned know about that. 2 of them met where they worked, as toilet cleaners. And the groups claim they are on a level with their audiences, that they don't perform from a distance, that they don't have expensive equipment, and that success and money and fame, if they come, will not change them. They say that. But the punk rock movement is already being taken over by its avowed enemies, the wealthy, successful, socially acceptable middle and upper classes. It is now possible to buy a gold safety pin for up to $100 to go with a hand-ripped T-shirt that sells for $16. People who have that kind of money to spend do not clean toilets for a living. The difference is that people who buy punk fashion do it to be in. Punk rock believers do it to be out. But as the true believers buy the records, they are making their working class heroes wealthy. Despite what they usually say, despite what they used to do, their personal goals sound more than vaguely familiar.
I worked in factories, and I was a porter, toilet cleaner.
I had a good dead-end job. I was a grave digger for about a year before I started in the band.
I want to get very rich. I want to have a big house and a nice car and loads of booze and loads of women.
So the Damned and several other groups are moving to larger theaters where they are no longer in physical contact with their audience. But larger theaters pay larger amounts. That puts drummer Rat Scabies closer to his goal of being rich. And lead singer Dracula may still shout his way through the songs New Rose and Stab Your Back, but it is questionable whether it is now part of the punk rock invitation to violence or part of the performance that brings in the cash. The music businessmen getting into the act, the managers, record companies, and public relations types, try to maintain the anti-everything